Hi viewers, we have Kritika Balasubramaniam with us, a corporate communication global leader, an entrepreneur, a singer, and a sweet mom as well. So let us hear from her. Hi Kritika.
Hi. So I started off as a journalist with DataQuest magazine, then went on to work in companies like Ashok Leyland, Sifi, Inotex, PayPal, etc. And I also did a brief stint in sales in Max New York Life and ABN AMRO Bank. Now I'm running a company called Stoppers Communications, which is a hotspot for brand and communications. And besides this, yes, I also kept in touch with my passion. I released a few of my singles on YouTube, which went viral. So that's who I am.
How do you manage your energy? What's the secret?
So I think if you love something and if you want to do it, you'll always find the time for it. So there is no secret there. I think every one of us has it in us. You want to do something and you're really interested in something, you will find a way to pursue it.
If you have to restart your journey straight from college in this time, right? So what would be your decision in terms of getting into the ladder of corporate field, in terms of corporate communication in specific?
So first I think a college student, if they are studying communications, I would encourage them to try out quite a few internships. These days colleges are very open to internships, and they are stressing on internships, and I would ideally encourage the students to try out internship in various aspects of communications, be it digital marketing or PR or content writing. There are so many options open. So the more they intern, they're going to really understand what they're good at and what they really don't want to be doing every day for the rest of their lives. So once you do that, you're going to be clear when you emerge out of college that this is the path I want to pursue, and you can go for it.
How much do you think your childhood or parenting had helped you to reach whatever you are today? What were your few habits do you think that had made you achieve the success stories that you had made?
So at the cost of risk of sounding cliched, I'm going to say that discipline is one of the things that's been there ingrained in me from childhood. So going to a particular class, practicing music for a certain amount of time, and then the habit of reading, which was cultivated quite early, and then always we used to have assignments given to us like writing essays and stuff like that. So honing my writing skills and speaking skills, oratorical skills, and there used to be competitions in school also which involved elocution and oratorical skills. So these were some things that early on I found that I had a flair in, and cultivating that in a disciplined manner, knowing that this is a plant, if it is watered, it's definitely going to blossom into something good for me and yield me fruit, is probably something that I did. So I think if you were to name a couple of qualities, it is just honing my reading and writing skills, and approaching everything with a lot of discipline and hard work has stood me in good stead.
What are the few challenges that you had been through?
So entrepreneurially, I guess everybody goes through a learning curve, and we also went through it as a company in terms of not understanding operationally, where the money should be invested, how the cash flows should be managed, and saving up for a rainy day, even from a company's perspective, which are the right kind of businesses to chase, and at what points of time to go after what opportunities. Those are some things that have been learned by making a few mistakes, but then those mistakes were really worthwhile. Even if it seemed like a mistake at that point of time, that has resulted in a lot of learning. So again, having mentors at each point of time, I think would help everybody. When you're alone and there are so many sharks swimming in the ocean, and sometimes you may lose the way or be swallowed by a shark. But then when you have a mentor, and when you read up a lot, and when you're exposed to what is happening in the world, there is always a room for course correction at the right point of time. So I think that would help.
If someone is writing a blog, or if someone is putting a video on YouTube, what are the things that they should not do?
Rather, I would focus on what they should do, which is first have a clear objective as to why they are sharing a blog or sharing a piece of video or any writing or even a Facebook page. What is your objective? What do you want to achieve out of that communication? What is the idea that you're trying to communicate. And at the end of it, be honest about it, be clear in your communication, whether it's the video form or if there should be clarity. Again, the video should be clear, the voice or audio should be clear, and the message you're trying to convey to the audience should be clear. If you have this and honesty of purpose, any sort of vehicle you choose to communicate it, it should definitely reach the right audience. So if it's a blog, again there are many resources if you want to specifically name, like WordPress or Blogspot and all of that. These are free, you don't even have to invest a lot of money in it. You can create those blogs and then go about it in a regular basis and update it with a regular frequency, and keep on sharing it with your friends and get their feedback.
Thank you so much, Kritika, for your wonderful time. It was nice hearing your ideas. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Seema. The pleasure was all mine.